Hey, hey, hey. How's it going? Brian Bowman here. Hope you're doing well and hope you're having a great week. So, a lot's going on, huh? A lot is going on, a lot is changing, a lot of uncertainty, and there's a new normal. It's happening. It's happening right now in front of us. A new normal is being created, and there's going to be a new normal on the other side of everything that's going on. That's what I want to talk about because there's a lot of good, a lot of pros, but there's also I wouldn't even say it's cons. It's just, I think that those that have been able to sort of sneak under the radar, I don't think they're going to be able to anymore. It's sort of like it's the Warren Buffett quote that when the tide pulls back, you get to see who's swimming naked. Basically, I think that what's been able to work probably won't work anymore. But I really actually don't even want to talk about that. I want to talk about the opportunity because there's a massive opportunity. If you're watching this, listening to this, there is a really good chance that you're an e-commerce seller or you're even considering e-commerce. But chances are you're already selling. And there is an absolute new normal that's happening, and it's good for you. It's good for me. It's good for us because of the skill set we have and the value we provide. So real quick, let's talk about what's actually happening in the marketplace right now. So as you know, all of the storefronts, the brick and mortar, the physical location, right? The offline demand is essentially completely shut down. There's certain pockets where it's still open. I know there's, curbside service, there's takeout and things like that. But offline demand, and I'm not just talking about offline demand for your thing, your pen, your whatever product, your wallet, whatever it is you sell. I'm saying offline demand for everything. It's shut down. Like people aren't going to movies. Like they're not seeking out other things where that demand would go, where their dollar would be spent. It's not happening. But it didn't vanish. It didn't just disappear. And we're seeing this dramatic shift. I mean, I can show you sales numbers where for clients and for members of our intensive and our programs and stuff, where it's going like this, and then literally like March 13th, you could just see it spike. So and we predicted this would happen. We just didn't think it would happen this dramatically. So what's happened? All of that offline demand has now shifted online. Everyone's attention, I'm looking for my phone, everyone's attention is on their phone. They're flipping through the news feed. They're watching the news, but they're also, all of that attention is on their device. So not only is the pent up demand of wanting to spend, because we're human, we have habits, retail therapy is a real thing. There's an emotional feeling we get when we spend. We treat ourselves to something, especially with low ticket purchases. High ticket purchases, maybe people aren't buying houses and cars, but that's another beauty of being in e-commerce. And there's a few things that I'm going to talk about, which is a huge opportunity for you knowing how to sell online and being a physical product seller, an e-commerce seller. One of them is it's an impulse buy. It's a quick treat. It's a quick way to just get a little rush of endorphins and feel good. So that demand is there. There's a lot of pent up demand, and it's all gone online. Gary Vaynerchuk likes to say that our job as business people is to arbitrage attention. Basically take attention, get it for a low cost, and arbitrage it into a sale, right? Arbitrage it in something more valuable. And that's your job. You have to arbitrage attention. Well, all the attention is on those devices. So what's happening is it's all online, and we're seeing this spike in sales, this spike in traffic, this spike in interest in these in like physical products, especially in some niches are way stronger than others. Literally, like you talk about like home decor and anything that has some level of entertainment to it. Those are taking off, but literally it's across the board, and we're seeing a ton of demand. So what's happened is all that demand is shifted online. Now, some people are saying like, well, it's temporary, like it's going to go away, like once everything changes. And I'm not so sure. And here's why. You may have heard that grocery delivery is at an all-time high, right? Everyone is getting groceries delivered to their front door because no one wants to go out, and it's more convenient. I think Instacart had to add like 300,000 new employees. And I think Amazon is adding a bunch of new employees to Prime Now. So the point is all the delivery, like home delivery, is spiked. Do you think that people, when they go back to normal, right? The new normal, they're just going to suddenly be okay with like, oh, had the convenience of my groceries dropped off at my front door. That was pretty awesome. I bought back a ton of time that I didn't have to go sit in traffic, sit in a line at, at the grocery store, bump into things, get frustrated. I'm tired. I'm standing in line, like exhausted. That's gone. I've bought back time for a fraction of what that time can get me. And I never have to go to the grocery store again. You think people are just suddenly going to start going to the store again? No, there's going to be there's stickiness to it. A lot of people are going to stay with the grocery delivery. Their accounts are set up already. That's really the big hump, right? Is just getting them onboarded into the app. They're already using it. Well, let's keep it going. So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to stick to that home shop, groceries being delivered to their door. And the reason is because that trend was already happening. That shift was already happening. All of this is just accelerating what was already going to happen. Everyone talks about how retail is going down, online e-commerce is going up. That's probably why you have an interest in e-commerce. And that demand isn't just going to, that trend doesn't stop. It's just, this whole situation is speeding up that trend. It's fast-tracked it. So when everything goes back to the new normal, there's going to be stickiness. And this goes into the opportunity that you have right now. So there's not only an opportunity right now to start grabbing market share, because there's an interesting thing that's happening. A lot of brands are pulling back. They're pulling back ad spend. They're shrinking. They're like contracting instead of doing the complete opposite, which is expanding right now. Because in times of uncertainty, in times of crisis, our natural instinct is to contract. And as a business, you're trying to reduce expenses, reduce everything, and contract, right? But you have the ability now to arbitrage more attention than ever. You have the ability to sell online, which means you're not limited to the offline constraints. All the attention is there. The pent-up demand is there, and your competition is contracting. So guess what? Now's the time to expand and to start taking market share and take advantage of the situation. Now, when I say, please hear me out. When I say advantage, I'm not talking about taking advantage like in a weird, scammy way. I'm talking about taking advantage of the opportunity to meet the demand and to start building a real bond with your customers. Community and connection are more important than ever right now. So imagine you're the brand, instead of being the brand that goes out and just wants to make some sales and then realizes, this might be kind of hard. I'm scared. I don't know what to do, and contracts and makes no effort to get out there and grab market share and make a difference and add value and create connection. You contract. Well, this is all going to pass and someone's going to come in and grab that space. So instead of being that, why don't you expand out? Start thinking of ways where you can build bond. You can actually, start meeting the demand that's out there, creating value. Presumably you have a product you're proud to sell, and that's a huge mindset shift. We're not talking about just pushing product. The sellers that are going to win right now and will continue to win after this are the ones who actually give a crap about their customers. Those sellers are going to crush. They're going to do amazingly well right now. I had someone in our intensive send me a screenshot of a response from one of our emails, because we give the full email sequence. We actually give it our email challenge as well. So if you want to do our e-commerce challenge, you can go to ecommercechallenge.com. We're starting our new challenge on Monday for full email marketing system on autopilot. We give it to you there. But she sent me a screenshot of a customer who replied to one of her post-purchase emails. And it said, "This is so amazing." I think it said, whoever is your marketing person is going to make you millions of dollars, because they said it's brilliant to connect like this on a post-purchase. No brand does that. Imagine if that was your new North Star in your business. Your new North Star was, how do we create more connection, more bond with our customers, give more value, and start to expand to take market share when all of our competition who just wanted to push some products contracts and disappears. When we go back to a new normal, the demand online is going to be higher than ever. Those customers you built connection with are going to stay with you, and you're going to have expanded your business in a time of uncertainty, which is, by the way, where all the opportunity is. When everything is going well, everyone's confident, all businesses are growing. It's when there's pain, uncertainty, fear, that's where opportunity always opens up. It's a math equation. On the other side of pain, there's power. The level of the resistance will dictate the size of the reward. In our life, in business, it's always like that. So I just want to challenge you to be that business owner, that brand owner, not just selling products. actually think about what your customer wants and be a part of that solution, whether it's your product, whether it's your connection, whether it's your bond that you're building, or with other products that you could bring into their world, other information they need. Like, start to complete that process for them of where they're trying to go and meet the demand. And there's no going back. Like, there's a new normal, and the new normal for you, if you do that, is unprecedented. The new normal for the businesses that don't is, if they stay in business, it's going to be scary, because all of a sudden them being able to sort of, kind of kick the can around down the road and sort of make sales, it's not going to be the same, because brands like you are going to come in and meet that demand in a way that they could never meet. And this is the time to go small. I always talk about this. I always talk about jujitsu. I love jujitsu. I train jujitsu, and I'm not a really big guy, so I can't try to beat a bigger opponent by trying to be stronger. Like, there's just no way. It's physically impossible. But if I use leverage and my unique ability, like to move where a bigger opponent couldn't, so I love jujitsu, is you can actually defeat a bigger opponent by using your leverage. Well, you as a brand owner, don't try to go big now. Go small. More than ever, I've always been telling you to do this. Go small. You beat big by going small. Don't try to be bigger than you are. Go small, and that's how you connect. That's how you get real. One of the things we do in our e-commerce challenge is we challenge people to get on camera. I know it's scary, right? You got to hit the button and you got to go live, and who knows what's going to happen, or you got to record, and what will people say? Who cares? Trust me, that's where connection is made. It's made face to face. And e-commerce brands aren't doing it. They're afraid to get on camera. So focus on and mind map, like, how could I create more bond? How could I provide more value? And how can I go in, expand, and take more market share? Because now's the time to do it. And what's going to happen? The new normal, it's just going to accelerate what was already happening. Demand was already shifting online. This just fast tracked it however much time. I don't know the exact number, right? This is a qualitative analysis, but we know that that's happening because we're seeing it in the data across our clients, our students. We're seeing it in aggregate that the demand is shifted. Now, again, obviously there's certain niches that are in higher demand than others. So this isn't a blanket statement saying everyone is just, is beating them away with a stick. Like, can't keep up with the demand. But I will tell you the overall aggregate trend is the demand is online, sales are up, traffic is up, because that's where the attention is. So capitalize on it in a positive way, please. We're talking about making an impact. We're not talking about taking advantage or capitalizing on a situation. In fact, if you try to do that, it'll actually bite you in the butt, because it's even if it gives you a short-term gain because of the attention, you're going to pay for it down the road. And honestly, it probably won't even give you a short-term gain, because people see through it, and it's just gross. So we're talking about real bond and a connection. So, and remember, everyone's instinct is going to be to contract, expand, and do that in your own life. This is, a little bit maybe off topic from what I'm talking about, but it really isn't, because the same principles apply in your personal life. Focus on expanding. Everyone, it's our nature. When we're uncertain, we are paralyzed by uncertainty. It is a superpower if you can make decisions in your life sitting in the pocket of uncertainty. I promise you. I've seen it in my personal life. I've seen it in business. If you can be surrounded by that like feeling of complete uncertainty, and you can still sit there and make decisions and move, everyone else stops. So you're one step forward before would have just been keeping up with everyone else. Everyone else stops, and your 1 foot forward gives you progress. It's the same in business. It's the same in your personal life. Protect the garden of your mind, protect what you're putting in, because whatever we put in, that's what's going to grow. That's what's going to grow into our perspectives and our thoughts and our opinions and our emotions. So protect that personally, and it's going to allow you to show up in a way bigger way in your business, so that you can, again, in the most positive way possible, when I say this, take advantage of an amazing opportunity for you to make a difference in your brand, and for you to expand, the outlook. Like, put your business on a different trajectory. Your business was on this trajectory. Now you have the opportunity like that to shift the trajectory like this, and that's going to take you into the future. So anyway, you're amazing. And as always, Have an incredible week. Have an incredible day. We'll talk soon. All right. Bye.